Hello, divine beings. It is your girl, Abiyala Akani. I'm the founder of the non-performative online yoga school, Iya, as well as a divine feminine embodiment coach, and I'm really excited to have y'all here for today's video. As you can see by the title, today we're going to be discussing how you can confidently transition out of a high-stress career. Now, before we get into that, if this is your first time seeing my beautiful face and coming to my channel, welcome to the fam. Definitely check out the Divine Feminine Healing playlist I have on my channel for other ways that I can possibly support you on your journey. And if you are looking to learn a little bit more about who you are beyond the achievements, the degrees, and or accolades, beyond the things that you physically do, I would like to support you in that. Pause the video, head to the link down in my description box to place your email in there to get on the wait list for my Divine Feminine Yoga Workshop, which is coming this fall. Registration opens August 29th. This is a phenomenal 6-week workshop for high-achieving women who are really looking to begin to discern who they are beyond what they do for greater fulfillment. If that aligns with you, definitely put your email in there so you're notified as soon as registration opens. This video is going to support you on that journey as well, so just know that you are in the right place. Once you've gone ahead and done that, I'll see you right back here for the rest of the video. So, if you are looking to transition confidently out of a high-stress career, the first thing I want to do is I just want to applaud you. I just want to give you a round of applause, sis, because I know that is not easy. That is really challenging. It's really hard, especially when you've invested a lot of time and an overwhelming amount of productivity to something specific. It can be really hard to transition or leave that space, especially when you are being affirmed in staying because of the financial incentive. So if you're watching this video and you're teetering on making that decision, know that that's a big deal, and know that I see you in that and I congratulate you in really beginning to choose yourself. Now, in this video, what I'm not going to do is make that decision for you. That has to come 1000% from yourself. That has to come from inside of you. What I do advise you do, and what I'm going to help you become more aware of in this video, is how to really discern who you are beyond what you do, so that when you make this decision, you can do so confidently and with a lot of clarity and self-trust around what you can bring to the table in other places and other things that you can do for greater fulfillment. Now, this video is going to be broken up into 3 key points or 3 key areas that you want to focus on to make sure that you are confidently transitioning and exiting out of this high-stress career into this next phase or into this next new path in your life. The first key point is that you want to really ensure, and this is extremely important, you want to really ensure that this new path that you are embarking on is based on who you believe yourself to be and not what it can produce. The reason why this is so important is that oftentimes when we're transitioning from one high-stress career or one high-stress role, we find ourselves just moving into the same thing in another space or in another company, or maybe building a business that is perpetuating the same level of stress and overwhelm and unfulfillment. And the reason why that is because we haven't clearly defined who we believe ourselves to be, so that we can create a new path or choose a new role or a new career or job in alignment with that, instead of focusing so much on the what it can produce. When we focus on the what it can produce, there's bound to be misalignment, because you are focusing more on a result than actually finding what really fulfills you. It's so essential that when you are making this decision, you really get clear on discerning, who am I beyond the things that I produce? Who am I beyond my achievements, beyond my degrees, beyond the accolades, things that I've kind of attached my identity to? Who am I beyond all of those things? The more clarity you get around that, the more in alignment you can walk in, the more discernment you can exercise when another opportunity comes before you, or when you are creating a new opportunity for yourself. You can do so with a lot more discernment as to what you enjoy, what fulfills you, what satisfies you, what you're content with, and the lifestyle that you want to embody. We all want that money, honey, yes, but success can come without you feeling like you need to sacrifice your physical, mental, and emotional well-being. But the way that you make that journey is by really taking time to tap into who you are beyond what you do, so you can have clarity around that, and you can create a new path from that clarity and from that alignment. The second thing is you want to find happiness in who you are right now before that new path or that new business and or a role even gets here, to reduce pining for a future version of yourself again. Oftentimes what happens when we are in a high stress career, we're constantly pining for the future. Like, I'm just waiting and pining for a vacation or a future version of myself or a future something that's going to give me the respite that I deeply desire. And that type of mindset, constantly pushing your happiness into the future, into a future version, into a future perfect scenario, is going to constantly keep you in a cycle of pining. You want to begin to really become aware of what makes you happy right now and finding happiness and contentment with yourself in this moment, not in a future version of yourself. And the best way that you can do that is by kind of collapsing the criteria between who you are and who you want to be. If the criteria in between this gap or this chasm is extremely large, you're going to constantly be pining for this future version of who you want to be, and nothing here and who you are is going to feel good enough. You're going to be very dissatisfied and discontented with this version of yourself. So you want to collapse that criteria to draw these two things closer together, to marry these ideals of yourself closer together, where there is no gap at all. It literally becomes one version of yourself. And the best way to do that is to really begin to explore happiness where you are right now. Make this chasm much smaller than it is, so that you can really begin to experience fulfillment in who you are right now, because who you are right now is good enough. And the person that you want to be is not in the future. They're right here. They're right here with you. What we want to do, and the way that we really begin to cement that and to receive that, is by receiving ourselves right where we are. So the process of becoming who we want to be is not a process of doing. It is a place of being. It's about receiving who I am right here, right now, and finding fulfillment in every single moment in simple, mundane, daily practices that I do all the time that help me to remember that I am that person right now. The third key point that you want to keep in mind to really embody more confidence when you make this transition is to meet your own intention for success. And the way you do that is by refusing to spend one more minute trying to duplicate how someone else defines success. Instead, meet your own intention for success. Begin to define it for yourself. And if you do the first two key points, that will get a lot easier. The less clear on who we believe ourselves to be, the more fixated we become on someone else's ideals of success. So once we begin to get a lot more clear on who we believe ourselves to be and begin to discern our own desires, we can get a lot more clear on what does success feel like for me. And once again, if If you begin to collapse that criteria and you begin to receive or happiness exactly where you are, and take up daily practice and habits and rituals that support you in really being happy with who you are, it will become a lot more clear to you. This is my intention for success, and this is how I define it. But that's going to be essential to ensure you don't continue to duplicate someone else's version of success once you leave this career. When you're leaving this career, it's a whole new path for you. It's a whole new way of living for you. And it's completely defined by yourself. There's so much agency and autonomy in making this decision. But you have to really begin to get clear on who you are and the things that you want, so you can confidently make this decision knowing that you're not going to duplicate what has happened in the past. Now, once again, sis, I want to applaud you for even getting to this point to make this decision. I remember when I left my corporate job 8 years ago, before I started my yoga business, and how scary it was. However, one thing that I know is that when the soul begins to desire more, it is a very challenging unction and sensation to ignore. And I could not ignore it for the life of me. Although I didn't have a really clear plan as to the direction I was going to go, I knew that I could not ignore that unction. So one thing that I do know right now is that you're listening to your soul. And I want to honor you in that, because that is a big, big deal. Take a moment to explore these 3 key points so that when you make this transition, you do so confidently, discerning who you are, finding happiness in who you are, and defining your own intention for success from that place. Once again, if you're a high-achieving woman looking to learn who you are beyond what you do for greater fulfillment, I would love to have you join my Divine Feminine Yoga Workshop this fall, beginning September 15th. If that's you, put your information in the link in the description box so you're alerted as soon as registration opens, and I look forward to supporting you. If you have any thoughts, make sure to let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to follow your girl on the gram at Yoga by Biala. And don't forget to follow my online yoga school at iya.well. Continue to be well, and I'll see y'all real soon.